Alright. I think I went live. Give me a minute. Did I go live? Apparently I am live. Let's check it on the volume. Alright, sounds good to me. Hello everyone, Bubble Ninja 720 here, bringing you part 132 of my live stream playthrough of Final Fantasy XIV. We are on Valentine's Day. That's what we're going to do. I also have some of the custom deliveries to do with Monago and Kaishir. We're going to go ahead and get some of the stuff. Heartfelt Valentine's Day advertisement. Go ahead and buy that. I've been working up on getting my gear set up. So as of right now, I've got tank at the healing set. And I got the caster DPS set. Pretty much good to go. I promise you a rose garden. Greetings, good sir. I am Astrid de Valentine, emissary of ardor and affection. My fellows and I have come to help folks convey the depths of their hearts to a special someone this Valentine's Day. Oh, if it isn't Hero, 'tis ever so lovely to see you again, precisely when I have need of a capable adventurer. Convenient. Permit me to explain the situation. For this year's event, we are providing people with bouquets of roses to help them make their feelings known. But as it happens, the botanist who is kindly providing us with the flowers, a man named Lorovik, appears to be having difficulties of his own in love. As emissaries, we should like nothing more than to assist him, but we're given to understand the situation is complicated. That being the case, might I trouble you to act in my stead? Sure, count on me. We are in your debt. Without further ado, please seek out Lorovik and lend an ear to his woes. He is like to be at the Great Lone Growery. Sweet. Let's go ahead and do that. Alright. Well, Siljani, my love, where have you gotten to? Ah, forgive me. I didn't notice you. There's something you require. Assisting you in your love problems. Miss Astrid sent you to assist me, you say? That's very kind of you both. You see, there is someone I desperately wish to find. Okay. Allow me to begin from the beginning. A few years ago, an Ishgardian botanist arrived here in Gridania. Siljani was her name, and in part due to our shared fondness of roses, we struck up a friendship. A friendship that blossomed into love. The months that followed were the most wonderful of my life, filled with unforgettable days. But then one day she disappeared without a word, leaving behind only the seeds of a rare variety of rose. Flowers being given out this Valentine's Day are grown from those very seeds. It was my hope upon hope that the word of them would reach her, and then she might be compelled to return to me. And as if in answer to my prayers, who should I spot in the crowd just now but her? She wore the rose earring I gifted her, so there's no mistaking it. Alas, as I made my frantic way towards her, she vanished amidst the throng. Please help me look for her, I beg you. Very well. You can count on me. I'm in your debt. Now, Siljani is an Elizan maiden with silver hair. You want to keep an eye out for someone of that description who has the earring I mentioned. If you could search near Miketo's amphitheater, I will do the same in the ebony stalls. Afterwards, let us meet before Fenial Fineries. May the spinner lead us to Siljani. gonna be interesting. I haven't done this event yet on my main, so yeah, I don't know anything about it. I'm just gonna go ahead and splint. Might try and do a little bit of story after this too. After I do Kaishir and Minago stuff. Cause I got a culinarian to level up. Woman with an orchid earring. Oh, this isn't a rose on my earring, but orchids. Though in light of the festivities, a rose would certainly be more fitting. Alas, this woman is not Silgeny. Woman with a rose hairpin. She doesn't have an earring. There's the rose earring, but I want to talk with these ladies. Silgeny, I'm not she, I'm afraid, but I do hope you find her. Alas, this woman is not Silgeny. She's right here. May I help you? That he should go to such lengths to find me. I love him still, I truly do, but I'm too ashamed to meet him. I just wish to see the roses that lovers are giving one another. Please tell Loravik that he should look for me no more, that he should forget me. This sounds like maybe she was betrothed to another. You never know. I'm afraid to say I had no luck. Dare I hope you were able to learn something. She told me to tell you to give up. What? Forget her? She cannot ask me to do such a thing. Probably Daddy. Nope, I don't think this is Dad. This is the, alright. Pray excuse my interruption. I am Ser Tituan, a knight of House Hallionart. Do I have the pleasure of addressing the botan as Loravik? The roses being distributed during the current festivities. May I ask where you acquired them? Those? Why, I grew them from the seeds given to me by my love, Silgeny. So it is indeed the Dryan coin. The rose permitted to be grown by none save our house. To think that she would bring it to a foreign nation. You know Silgeny? She tended House Hallionart's rose gardens until a few years ago, when she vanished without a trace. Our house takes the rose for its symbol, and the Drain coin is the foremost of all the species. Silgeny had care of them on account of her skills. But when Kurthus froze over in the calamity's wake, every last plant withered away. 'Twas believed that she fled out of shame. When she entrusted me with the seeds, she made no mention of their importance. Why did she give them to me? This is all such a shock. And indeed, never did I imagine that the rose would end up not only surviving in a foreign land, but thriving. So the reason you seek Silgeny is in order to bring her to account? While she has violated our laws, she has saved the Dren coin from extinction. As such, I doubt she would face much of a punishment, if any. Nevertheless, my duty is to ascertain the future of the matter. In that case, will you not allow me to search with you? Though Silgeny bade me not to do so, I cannot bear to do nothing. I was wrong about the suitor thing. Mayhap we can have her come to us instead by devising a rumor that would draw her attention. I got an idea. Let us try it. As much as it chafes me to deceive her, I'll do what I must to see her again. Then the question is what manner of rumor to employ. Have you any thoughts? I can think of one. Larovic has been apprehended by an Ishgardian knight. Larovic is to duel an Ishgardian knight. Nothingness coming to mind. Ooh. Do I do duel or apprehended? I'm gonna say apprehended. I don't think he would have to duel. I'd say he'd been taken because of the roses. I see. By suggesting that Larovic has been apprehended on suspicion of the seed's theft, I dare say Soljany would come rushing to his defense. Yes, that may well work. As for the location, I believe the Great Loam Growery would be as suitable a place as any. Then it is settled. Let us split up and recruit some citizens to our cause. Unless we cause undue commotion, be sure to clarify 'tis but a ruse. Understood. We meet again at the Growery. Yeah, you don't want the adders coming in. Gumming it all up. So we're gonna go this way, then we'll sweep left. What? An Ishgardian knight has taken a botanist prisoner? Oh, it's just a ruse to find his sweetheart? Well then, consider me part of it. When it comes to endeavors in love, we have to help one another. I don't know how I think about this storyline for this event. Kinda meh. You do get an emote for this one though, at least. Talkative citizen. Larovic wishes to be reunited with his love, you say. It would be too tragic if they couldn't be together. You may count on us to spread this rumor far and wide. Well then, where's the chatty? I guess I gotta go to New Gridania. That doesn't go, that goes to North Shroud. Cheerless here, that's to unlock, yep, Pictomancer. Whoa. Supplies for the sick. The fuck's the chatty guy at? I don't know. To speak with the chatty citizen. Weird. Oh, apparently they're in New Gridania. Lame, I didn't see the thing there. Apparently they're right at the Aetheryte Plaza, too. Oh, there's the chatty citizen. So you want this rumor to reach the woman with the rose earring? Very well, we shall help. The roses brought my love and I together. This would be a fine chance to give back. I should be glad to tell our other customers as well in the spirit of the occasion. Should it happen to win me Larovic's favor and lead to a better deal with the guild for the blossoms we use in our popular rose tea, well, who am I to argue? Alright, it's got a message. Nope. Got a voicemail? Oh, I didn't get a voicemail. I just got an email. Alright, now I can go to Loravec. Alright. Squint. I could be a little bit biased. This is one of my least favorite events. Maybe. Although, I will have to say, the one thing that WoW has over, Final Fantasy is their events. The, Valentine's event over there was kind of hilarious. I'm truly grateful for your help, hero, but I'm beginning to worry that Soljini won't come. She must, or else I would have suffered through all of your lovesick rambling for naught. What? But I was merely expressing the wonders of true love. One day someone doesn't exist in your life, the next you cannot imagine life without them. Ugh, enough of that, enough! Incoming. Sir Tituan, please wait. 'Twas I who made off with the Draencoin seeds, not Loravec. Please release him, I beg you. Draencoin. I keep saying it off. Soljini, at long last I found you. Hear me, my love. Sir Tituan means me no harm, I assure you. Sorry for causing you alarm, but I couldn't bear the thought of never seeing you again. So I spread a false rumor with help from Hero and Sir Tituan. I've heard all about the Draencoin. Will you not tell me why you entrusted me with the seeds and left? Please believe me when I say it was for the sake of the Draencoin. The rose wasn't made for the extreme cold that had overtaken Kurthus. Believing the conditions to be ideal in the Black Shroud, I brought the seeds here, where I met you. But not only did I fail in my duty to my house, I violated its rules as well. I have no right to be happy. That is why I chose to entrust you with the seeds before disappearing. It was an unkind thing I did to you, and I'm truly sorry. When I heard that that the roses would be handed out during Valention's Day, I couldn't help but come and see for myself, though I knew that I couldn't stay. Oh, Soljini, to think that you carried such a burden. But whatever you may have done, you have every right to be happy. Oh, it's the emote. It is thanks to you that the Draencoin now adorns the city, bringing happiness to all. You are a brilliant botanist, and the guild would surely welcome you as a member. Will you not do the honor of growing roses beside me, my love? 'Tis true you violated the rules of House Halionar, yet you did so with noble intent, and your action saved our most precious rose from extinction. In recognition of this, I will speak in your defense, and I will make a recommendation to our house that we officially entrust the growing of the Draencoin to the Botanists Guild. Loravec. Unworthy though I may be, I would gladly grow roses beside you for all my days. Ah, what a wonderful fairy tale. All's well that ends well. Mayhap you would like to say a few words to the happy couple. Hero, Sir Tituan, Soljini and I are reunited, and it is thanks to the two of you. We shall go and share the happy tidings with Miss Astrid. My task is done, so I shall return to Ishgard, with my own happy tidings that the Dryan coin blooms once more. In due course, our house will send a representative to make arrangements regarding the care of the rose. Till next time, my young botanist, I bid you farewell. Will you not come with us to the amphitheater, hero? I am certain Miss Astrid will wish to see you too. Sure thing. On my way. Finally! For a second there, I was thinking, where do I need to go? Welcome back, hero. Loravik and Siljani have told me all. On behalf of the emissaries, I thank you for helping them to find one another again. Couldn't have sent a better adventurer to my aid. We're in your debt as well, Miss Astrid. I must say, 'tis truly felicitous that the Dryan coin should reunite the people who grew them. They are a wonderful token of one's love, and should you have a special someone in your heart, hero, I urge you to present them with the bouquet as well. You have learned the emote bouquet. Snowdrops on roses. Where is it at? Oh, you don't need. Oh, you do kneel down. Okay, cool. Ha. Okay, so that's done. I have an item to turn into my place. My place is kind of junked up, yay. Alright. Let's go to Culinarian. What do I have to do for Monago? I need Far Eastern Antique. Custom deliveries. I need 2 of those, so I only need 6 antique components. Hey, Lefty's showing himself off for this round. Yep, and running into a torch. So I need to make 3 of these. Could I do that and get the full goings? I can. Getting closer and closer to 80. Once these hit maxed out, I'll be able to work on them all over again. Might have to just do them for fishing. stuff like that. Wait, do I have... Oh, they haven't reset yet. Much obliged for all the help, hero. The soldiers' families give you their thanks as well. Far Eastern Antiques, is it? Damned if I know how you can craft an antique, but the collectors don't seem to pay it any mind. If anything, this sort seemed to appeal more. Alrighty. She's just repeating the same thing. So close. That ought to do it for now, hero. Give me a moment to add this to our next outgoing shipment. It's even better than we hoped, hero. Those Uldan collectors did their best to outbid each other for our Far Eastern collectibles. The proceeds far exceeded our expectations. We have enough to expand our operations and start looking for even more families. Oh, she's got the same hairdo I do. Excuse me, well, no one of consequence, really. It was my son who fought and died for the Resistance. I came to thank you for your kindness and generosity, especially at a time like this when everyone should be looking to bigger and more important challenges, like the rebuilding of our great nation. My son liked to say that when the fighting was finished, he would become a merchant. He'd sell anything and everything so that he could earn money and look after me. I suppose in a way he is now, but I'd give it all up and more if I'm sorry. I don't mean any disrespect for what you've done for me and mine, but thank you, sir. Good day to you. Her son died when the main tower at Specula Imperatoris fell. I was with Conrad before it happened, with him when he was urging those damn full skulls to lay down their arms and surrender, and he managed to do it, and then, part of me still wonders, did we owe it to them to try and save them too, to dig through the rubble and try to help the ones who were trying to kill us only moments before? Conrad would have wanted it, I know. But he was in no state to give orders, and those of us that were, well... So he died, and they died. Conrad, our comrades, enemies that surrendered, and those that didn't. Death all around and round. Not that any of us had even an inkling of what was coming. Would Conrad have spent all the time negotiating if he had? Would he and full many others still be alive if he had? If. Sodding if. Sorry, no use dwelling on it. Best to look to the here and now, to what good we've done and what more we could do. All this talk about Conrad, don't know if you knew, but he had a wife. I've not taken any guilt to her yet, reckon she's like to refuse until she knows the others are being looked after, so I thought it best to wait. When the time comes, though, perhaps we ought to go and see her together. Yay! Minago's delighted with your efforts. She now considers you a benefactor of the Resistance Widows and Orphans Fund. And yet there is still much work to be done before the fund can provide sufficient aid to all the families of the deceased. To that end, Minago has a new favor to ask of you. Like before, I reckon it'd be for the best if we tried to trade in a more diverse range of collectibles. Next, I'm thinking we ought to try our hand at consolation prizes from the Gold Saucer. I trust you're familiar with the saucer and its many delights. It's no secret, but in case you were unaware, it employs more than a few Alamegans. One of them happens to be a friend of mine. I mentioned the fund one day, and just like that, we got ourselves a new partner in crime. Let me explain. There are prizes available only at the Gold Saucer. Commodities sold exclusively to them by certain select suppliers. We're now one of them, savvy? I'll wager you didn't think a soldier like me had any truck with places like the Saucer, eh? You're wondering... I'll bet you're wondering if I might run off with our profits and spend it all on MGP and silly hats. With hair like this, like hell's I will. Alright, enough talk. Let's get to work. The custom deliveries list for Minago has been updated. To view the new list, speak with Minago and select Make a Delivery. I'll just do this way. Gold Saucer Consolation Prize. I could do 3 of those. I need 9 consolation prize components. It's kind of funny how I'm making consolation prizes and not like grand prizes. You know what? That's actually kind of cool. I just noticed that the torches douse during the day. This will definitely put me over 77. Wham bam, thank you ma'am. Oh, that was an excellent. Oops. Got a little too gung-ho with my rotation. Hey, got the Ozma. My bouncy ball. My riding marble. Bugger me, being a merchant's a lot more tiring than I ever imagined. How you holding up, hero? I got 3 more deliveries in me. Not everybody can walk away from the saucer with a fabulous prize. Some people even prefer these, and there are even others who won't ever bother to visit but like to pretend they did. Or maybe they've got some other reason for buying them. Who knows? Alrighty. Yay. Oh wait, did I send... Crap. Wait, no, I could do 6 each. Never mind. I don't know how you can keep it up, hero, honestly. You're a veritable fountain of endless energy. Okay, that's phrasing that needs to be fixed. But I'll not hear it said that I'm keeping you all to myself. You've got places to go and other people to help. Take care and thanks again. You've delivered the weekly maximum of 6 items to Monago. You may begin making deliveries again starting Tuesday at 3 a.m. Earth time. Alrighty, yeah. So we're gonna go to Yulmore next. Alright. I think it might be over here. Nope, that's materia. Kaishir needs flyer printing sets. No, I need 3 printing materials. Probably should have checked beforehand. I'm cooking flyer printing sets. I'm even gonna taste test them. Oh, game over. Oh, I love that. I love when an excellent comes together in just the perfect spot. Alright, where is the bee? There's the beehive. Got everything. It ain't got to be perfect. Whatever you have will probably be fine. The items sought by Kaishir fall into three categories: crafted items obtainable by disciples of the hand, gathered items obtainable by the disciples of the land, and fish. Furthermore, Kaishir deals only in collectibles. In order to deliver an item, you must be its corresponding class and level 70 or above. If you are level 99 or below, you will be rewarded experience points instead of the level 100 scripts rewards. Information on how to find individual items may be found in the following manner. For Disciples of the Hand items, choosing the Search by Item by Crafting Method subcommand with the list selected will bring up the crafting log and the relevant recipes. Materials necessary to craft the collectibles Kaishir seeks may be purchased from Baden and Yilmore's Aetheryte Plaza. Likewise, for Disciples of the Land items, choosing the Search for the Item by Gathering Method subcommand will bring up the gathering log. For Knowledge of Fish, choosing the Display Location subcommand will bring up the map of the relevant fishing hole. Furthermore, you may discover that using a metal spinner as a lure will expedite your fishing endeavors. The higher an item's collectability, the greater the reward you will earn from Kaishir upon successful delivery. To learn more about collectibles and how to increase collectability, speak with Kaishir and select Learn about custom deliveries. I'd rather just turn this stuff in, thank you very much. So you brought the stuff for making the flyers, let's have a look then. Bloody hells, I'm amazed. You've really taken it to another level with this. In making your first successful delivery, you have begun to earn Kaishir's trust. With each successful delivery, Kaishir will grow more and more satisfied with your efforts. Fill the gauge completely and Kaishir's satisfaction level will increase, giving you the opportunity to learn more about your business partner. You can make up to 6 deliveries in a given week, deliver the items Kaishir needs, and deliver them often to win the trust and praise of your new business partner. Trying to do so. So you brought the stuff for making the flyers, let's have a look then. Bloody hells, I'm amazed. Yep. I'm gonna say the same thing again. Well, we've got everything we need for the flyers, and that's left. All that's left is to print them. I might be able to hit 78. It'll be a close one. Bostazia and Anfrig offered to help, so I gave them a load of flyers to put up around the villages near Yulmore. I even convinced the Queen Bee to let us attach free drink vouchers to them. No one in their right mind would turn down an offer like that, so we've had a steady stream of new customers. Giving away a bit of booze is one thing, getting them to stay is another. Most of them left after the free one. Well, judging by the way they were necking their drinks and gawping at the dancers, they were definitely having a good time. I wonder what the problem was. From what I gathered, those two over there are from Right. Maybe we should ask them what they think of the beehive. You're not here to kick us out, are you? Why, nothing could be further from my mind. I was hoping that you might share your impressions of our establishment. Eh? Oh, you're asking about what we think of the place. Ha! Anywhere that gives away booze like this for nothing is alright in my book. And I love the interior. What's the word? Gaudy? No. Vibrant. Yes, that's it. Well, then if you're happy, then so are we. And yet we're not seeing a lot of people coming back after their first visit. Could it be the food and drink aren't to their liking? It's because it's too expensive, I bet. Perish the thought, this complimentary beverage is one of the finest things I've ever tasted. I shall savor it while it lasts. We'd like to have another, maybe try some of the food, but we simply can't afford to. For the price of a single steak, we could feed ourselves for a week. I'll have a word with the manager and see if there ain't something we can do about it. Thank you for your time. Yeah, you need more affordable fare if you want to keep some of the people. Yay! Satisfaction is now up. Kaishir is pleased with your efforts. He now considers you a backer of the Beehive. And yet there is still so much more work to be done at the Beehive as to continue contributing to Yulmore's economy. To that end, Kaishir has a new favor to ask of you. Should have realized this sooner, but the Beehive only caters to the rich, and most people in Norvrent just can't afford what we're charging. Trouble is, it's the ingredients that push the prices up. As for the booze, there have got to be cheaper alternatives. I reckon we should expand the menu to include more affordable options. That way there'll be something for everyone. It's easier said than done. Quality doesn't come cheap, you know. Well, you're not wrong there, Zia. Have you forgotten about Yulmore's foremost barkeep? There's a lot more to my job than mixing drinks morning, noon, and night. I can put together a whole selection that won't cost an arm and a leg. I like the sound of that. The food, on the other hand, will take a lot more effort. I learned a few recipes during our days in Gaytown that use only basic ingredients. I should be able to adapt those into something a bit more befitting of the Beehive. I'll have to ask you to bring me the supplies, though. My duties prevent me from leaving the Beehive for too long, so I'll give you a list of all the things I need. We'll sort it, don't worry. Don't you worry. I can start with the villages in Kalusia, and if I don't find what we need, we'll try casting the net a bit wider. Tell you what, why don't you leave all the running around and haggling to me while you take care of the stuff that needs an expert's touch? How's that sound? Count on me. Alright, let's get cracking. Custom deliveries list for Kaishir has been updated. To view the new list, speak with Kaishir and select Make a Delivery. Alright, Kaishir, what you got going? What you got cooking? Inclusion cuisine set. I need 1 paraphernalia. So I need 3 paraphernalia. I think that's how many I need. We're gonna go this way. Yeah, that should get me the 78. If not, it's gonna be a very slim margin. We'll just get that back. This is the double check to make sure I wasn't getting any messages that are important. Okay, you maxed out. Outright. Glad to be able to knock more than just half of the custom deliveries out in a week. Now I'll definitely be able to boost all my crafters up. I'm mainly going to stick to the culinary and alchemist though, since the others can be boosted in the diadem pretty easily. How are the cooking supplies coming along? The ingredients used in our new recipes are fairly cheap, but if we don't go the extra mile with the utensils and all that, it'll end up being the same as what they serve down in Gate Town. Bloody hells, I'm amazed. Yes. Keep being amazed, Kaishir. I'm bringing it in. Oh yeah. Level up. I got a bunch of crafter scripts too. Yes! I knew I was right to ask you for help. You've really got an eye for quality and the skill to match. Still, I expect we'll both be kept busy in the days to come. Yeah, it's usually how it goes. You delivered the weekly maximum of 6 items to Kaishir. You may begin making deliveries again starting Tuesday at 3 a.m. Earth time. How many seals? Oh, almost $2,000. I like. I do need to get an update on that weapon setup. Alright, we're going to the Alamegan Quarter. We're going to do some story. Let's do it. By the way, I did my first crystalline conflict. I think it was like this morning, just so I can get the journal entry. Got completely stomped. I usually don't do too well in crystalline conflict. It's usually a crapshoot. Win or lose, though. Waifu with a knifeu. I love your name. I gotta have said that. Love the name. Commander Aldin awaits us in the Royal Palace. If you would follow me. This is a voice cutscene. Hey, look who's there. Surprised he'd be here. I'm already not happy.
They're here, Commander.
And I, for one, am grateful that they are. Told you've been busy since our paths last crossed at the Gimlet Dark. Not that I understand half of it. When the Scions spoke of other worlds, I'd struggled to describe what I pictured. Mayhap things would seem clearer were I to hear the tale from your own lips. But I'm afraid the situation will not afford us that luxury. I trust you two require no introduction.
We meet again, hero of Eorzea. Must we repeat this ridiculous display? I pose no threat to you, though what I come to warn you of very well might.
Had he meant to do us harm, I hazard he would have kept to the shadows, and brought more than 2 companions.
Those two are pretty
We
strong.
need not pretend to be the best of friends, but I hope we can put aside our differences for the present.
Seems like missing an arm has kind of tempered his resolve a little bit. Or, I say temper his temper. Ha! His resolve is still pretty strong. Stand down. I will.
As you are doubtless aware, Sir Estinian and I cooperated to rid the world of Black Rose in your absence. Our journey together took us as far as the Imperial Palace, where we witnessed Emperor Varus meet his death at Xenos' hand. Being the sole witnesses to this crime, and in no position to defend our innocence, we were then forced to flee, each pursuing his own avenue of escape. When we were later reunited, Estinian claimed to have encountered an unfamiliar kind of machina during his flight, but to me his description seemed anything but, and upon further investigation I found that I was right. The Empire is developing a new Ultima weapon.
What, that Allagan monstrosity, created to vanquish primals? With which you yourself once thought to conquer Eorzea?
The same. In my foolishness, I sought to harness its power, and became the Ascian's pawn in so doing. But you know as well as I how that tale ended.
Yeah, I
the
broke
weapon
that
itself,
bitch.
excavated from beneath this very city, was destroyed ere we could fully unravel its secrets, and that should have been the end of it. But unlikely as it sounds, the Empire's efforts to recreate it have somehow borne fruit, primarily through secret research conducted by the 7th Imperial Legion, it would seem.
Wait, the 7th was all but annihilated at Cartano, along with its legatus.
Indeed, few survived. The 7th, as it is now, has little in common with the Legion led by Vandarnus, and its leadership has changed hands several times since. Precisely how this project has continued despite such turmoil, and under whose auspices, remains a mystery. What we do know, however, is that a number of prototypes have been produced, and that one of them is on its way to Eorzea. We attempted to stop it, but it was all we could do to slow its progress, so we resolved instead to bring you warning.
And right glad are we that you did, though it soundly dashed our hopes that tensions might ease at last.
As it is, we've begun to strengthen our presence in the Gimlet Dark, and are assembling a force to meet the coming threat. A force with you in its vanguard, I hope.
Oh yeah, count me in.
Before you say anything, I know full well you have pressing concerns of your own. Your comrades remain in peril, and I would not ask you to forsake them. But the fact remains that you, and you alone, have faced the Ultima weapon, and emerged victorious. We need you.
I did fight it with a few friends, but you know, okay.
And so, when the time comes, if your comrades can spare you, I bid you lend us your strength. I've assigned an officer to await your word.
The Ascian's downfall was to be the work of my remaining days, but it was my hand that kindled these flames, and I cannot allow them to spread any further. I will do what I must to see this mistake consigned to history once and for all, even if it means begging your aid. The Fates will enjoy the irony, even as I endure the ignominy.
I too shall make for the border and offer my skills, meager though they seem in such company. Mayhap we shall meet there anon.
Though we can ill afford to ignore the coming of a new Ultima weapon, our friend's plight grows ever more precarious, and none save you can join them in the first. I only hope you are not forced to make a choice.
Ominous. I think this unlocks a side story. As ever, the way forward is paved with difficult decisions. We can ill afford to ignore the new threat of a new Ultima weapon, but with each passing day, the plight of the Scions grows ever more perilous. If you cannot stay for a debriefing on the Ultima weapon, I will not stop you. I only ask that you confer with me before returning to the first. It did open it up. Ruby Doomsday, yes, that opens up Ruby weapon. So this whole thing unlocks a Final Fantasy VII connector side story, where you deal with the various weapons like Ruby, Emerald, Diamond, and I think Sapphire's in this one too, if I remember correctly. And it culminates in some interesting stuff, but I'm not going to do that right now. We're going to do this stuff. I want to do storyline. I want to get an Endwalker. We'll come back to that when I can actually kind of like solo some of the content. The way home. So that way I don't have to worry about waiting for people for the most part. At least until I have to do the extremes. I take it you're ready to return to the first. Then I would ask that you apprise the others of recent events here in the source, namely Xenos' return and the development of a new Ultima weapon. As for their bodies, you may assure them Master Matoya and I will continue doing what we can to keep their corporeal aether stable. Safe travels, Hero. Hope to see you and the other Scions soon. Back to the Crystarium. I am down to 50 tickets. Woof. I need to do my hunts. Yeah, business with the Crystal Exarch. Just say the word and I would be happy to escort you. Yes, lead the way, bruh. Hi, how's it going? You've come at a most opportune time, my friend. I've made something of a breakthrough in my research on the soul and a means to return the Scions home. I trust you two have been making good use of your time. A lot of shit happening, bro. Ill tidings from the source, you say? Then I will summon the others that we might all be apprised of the situation. I mean, it's not too bad, the situation. I mean, Garlemald is in turmoil right now.
Now that we are all here, what news from the source?
Gaius is now a friend. Among other things.
A new Ultima weapon. We must count ourselves lucky that Gaius has pledged his assistance.
While this is indeed a worrying development, I think the state of the Empire as a whole greater grounds for concern. With the Emperor slain and Xenos returned, it is impossible to predict how matters will unfold in Garlemald. The Ultima weapon may be but the first of many unpleasant surprises.
Foreshadow.
The situation beareth closer observation, of that there is no doubt, and doth compound our need to return unto the source.
Then let us address that issue. Our long search for a means to see you safely home may well be nearing its conclusion. Thanks in large part to Urianger and Becklug's invaluable insight, we have succeeded in fashioning a vessel for the journey.
We set out to create a crystalline container retaining the more useful properties of white aurosite, but without its regrettable limitations. And after a good deal of trial and error, we made one. An ark for soul and mind both that will allow your incorporeal self in its entirety to be ferried between worlds. A spirit vessel, if you will.
However?
Though the vessel is possessed of the requisite qualities to hold mind and memory, it wanteth yet for a means to receive of them. For that, we must needs imbue it with the Exarch's innate gift.
A gift that lives on only through the blood of the Allagan Emperors, which certainly does not flow within aurosite or any other crystal.
Just so, milady. The blood serveth as a conduit of sorts. In its absence, memory cannot pass from mind unto mind, nor from flesh unto crystal.
That being the case, we must either alter the process of inheritance so as to require no such thing, or determine a means by which my blood may permeate the vessel. I am hopeful that the records found within this tower will yield the knowledge we require to pursue one or the other of these avenues.
As well you should be. The Allagan's body of etherological research is extraordinary. I can scarce believe it the work of ages past. but its underlying principles are not so very different from those of my own field of study. Given time, we will find the answers we seek.
I know that you can ill afford to wait, and it pains me that I must ask you to do so. I can only reaffirm my promise to you that a solution will be found. Whatever it takes, I will see you safely home.
Oh, I got a message back, probably from waifu with a knifeu.
My apologies.
I do hope you haven't come to tell us that mortal peril fast approaches.
No. I had hoped to speak with the Warrior of Darkness.
Oh.
But there is no need to cut short your meeting on my account. I will be waiting outside.
Why not speak in here? She knows I don't mind. Unless she didn't want to.
Perhaps I might accompany you. Though I am woefully ill-qualified to assist in the Exarch's research, I may yet be of some use to Lena.
Sure. Tenacity, direct hit and determination, skill speed and direct hit. I kind of don't like any of those, so we're just gonna get the silver piece. No, I did get a thank you. Seeking counsel. I must confess, while I enjoy my fair share of scholarly research, it will be good to step outside for a spot of fresh air. Now then, shall we go and speak with Lena? Sure thing. You know what's interesting about this setup? These kind of look like the pictures that we saw, remember? Of Amarat and the Ancients. Oh wait, is that the wrong door? It is the wrong door. Yeah. Here, we'll turn it around. We have little time, so I'll be brief. A Senator has been sighted in Lakeland, and I asked for your assistance in slaying it. Huh. A Sin Eater. I had heard some few yet remained after the night had returned, but perhaps we should call the others. That will not be necessary. It is only a single Sin Eater, a simple task for our guard, I should think. That said, I believe fighting alongside the Warrior of Darkness would be a valuable experience for them. Peace can lead to complacency, and they gain nothing from an easy victory. But you do not underestimate your foes, however harmless they may seem. My men would do well to learn from your example. Let's be about it then. Me? Why not Alphino? Excellent. Then let us make for Fort Job. I think Fort Job might be outside, but oh well. Yeah, it was just outside. Sorry, I'm checking. I had a lot of all right. If you would wait here for a moment, I will gather the others. I'm guessing maybe the one in blue is a healer? You may not remember, but you have met these soldiers once before, though only in passing. Long have they awaited the opportunity to fight at your side. I was at death's door that day after the Sin Eaters attacked. If you and yours hadn't come along, I'd have likely stepped through, and I wouldn't have been alone. Your courage and selflessness is something we all aspire to. I too was there that terrible day. My friend was transformed into a sin eater before my very eyes, and I had no choice but to cut her down. The thought of returning to the field, of holding a blade again, it filled me with dread. But that is no way to honor her or my comrades, and so I have returned. I swear I will not let you or anyone else down from this day forward. A pleasure to meet you, sir, truly. Seems like only yesterday I watched as you took flight astride of Morrow to go and save the Oracle. Strange to think the Ylmoran soldiers we once locked blades with are now on our side, but we will do our utmost to keep the peace here in Lakeland. We seem to be missing one. My apologies, Captain Lena. An elderly gentleman asked that I escort him to Clearmelt. It took longer than I anticipated. I'll not begrudge your desire to help those in need, but a soldier must be punctual, especially when we play host to honored guests. It won't happen again. The name's Thaler. I'm sure you don't remember, but we met once before in the infirmary. Yeah. I asked you to deliver a message to the Exarch and the Warrior of Darkness. Little did I know I was already talking to him. Don't give up, don't give in. I keep those words close to my heart, and the boundless, beautiful skies above serve as a reminder of their importance. My friend got to see the knight's return shortly before he passed. He left this world with a smile, satisfied with the glimpse of what was to come. But there are countless others who weren't so fortunate. They gave their lives with the promise of a future they'll never know, and so it falls to us to do everything we can to fulfill that promise. No matter what happens, we won't give up. We won't give in. Sounds good to me. Your heroism has inspired all of our guardsmen in much the same manner. Our scouts at the northern staging point have not had the pleasure of meeting you in person. Let us not keep them waiting. Oh, they're really far north. Holy crow, I thought they were just there. Oh, they already killed it.
Did you slay this Eater? Your orders were to await the main force before engaging.
Oh, never mind. I remember now.
No, Captain. It wasn't us, I swear it. A man came out of nowhere and cut it down before we knew what was happening.
By himself? Certainly it is no light warden, but nevertheless.
It's true. Felled it with a single swing of his axe, he did. I've never seen anything like it. So I says to him, "Who are you, the warrior of bleeding darkness?" And he says, "No, I'm a warrior of light." And that was it. Buggered off as quick as he came.
A warrior of light?
Why would someone go around calling himself that, though? It was those bastards who caused the flood. I mean, if you were going to pretend to be anyone, it'd be him, the Warrior of Darkness.
I got an axe too.
Oh, I didn't know. It's an honor.
Since the Eater is no longer a threat, our work here is done. Return to your posts.
I had hoped to fight at your side today. But I'll continue to follow your example, and may we meet again.
I apologize for the wasted journey. It seems I overestimated the threat.
No.
As for this warrior of light, I do not know who would be brazen enough to take that mantle for his own. Whatever it may once have meant, it is forever tainted by the association with the Flood. The Exarch told me the truth of Ardbert and his comrades' deeds, and I am aware they played some part in your own triumph. But to most, they are synonymous with the calamity that befell this world. Still, if this man is minded to destroy Sin Eaters, I may forgive him his unfortunate choice of alias. But that is neither here nor there. I thank you for accompanying me.
With that concluded, shall we return to the Crystarium? There is a proposal I should like to make.
Forgive me. There is one more thing. A personal concern of mine. I had hoped you might have a moment to speak privately.
Take your time. I shall go on ahead.
At least he got the clue. Some people don't get the clue. Like, oi, you're not needed here. Bugger off.
I will not mince words. This matter concerns the Exarch. Though his countenance belies his age, his demeanor never has. He has seen more than any man should and grown ever more weary with time. But I see I give the wrong impression. While it is true he attempted to open a letter with a salmon fillet the other evening, we are not here because I suspect his mind is deteriorating.
What?
Nor do I believe him to be so maddeningly unconcerned by the prospect of his own death as he once was. Indeed, the opposite is true. It is for this reason that I seek your advice. Since he returned from the Tempest, the Exarch is not as he was. He seems a different man, a younger man. I know not the details of his research, but when I saw him at work recently, there was a glint in his eye that I had never seen before. He looked happy. It was as if he had peered into the future and for the first time found joy there. Though it gladdens me to see him thus, I wonder if I should not keep my distance. I fear that my presence will only anchor him to the past, remind him of all the pain that came before.
Anchors keep us where we have chosen to be. He's lost without you, you know, and he misses you already. Yeah, we're gonna do that one.
Are you sure? Then perhaps we might remain as we were. As we have always been. What a relief. In that case, I will have to speak with him about the amount of time he is spending at work. This research is important, I know, but if he refuses to consider his own health, I will have to consider it for him.
Mm-hmm. Facing the truth. Ooh, I could do some robe lettuce salad. I think I have some of that in my inventory already. I will not keep you. You and your comrades have much to discuss. I will see the others back to their posts. There was a thing over there where I could look. There was a lookout area, but I didn't feel like dealing with it. Yep, robe lettuce salad, I already have some. Wait. Oh, that goes to Raktika. Never mind. I think we could. We just go straight. Well, I'm almost back at 600 thou again. Yay. Bag space is depleting again. Boo. I think this puts me close to 65 million or 66 million gil. Not too bad. Yes, bring me to the ocular, sir. The others were quite shocked to hear of what we found in Lakeland. But now that you're here, there's a proposal I should like to make. I have been spending a great deal of time in the Cabinet of Curiosity, and of late I have noted more and more people are perusing books on history, the years leading up to the Flood in particular. I suspect they wish to know more about the Warriors of Light, as well they should, but nearly everything I've come across describes them as Sin Eaters or worse. Regardless of whether or not this Warrior of Light is who they claim to be, I worry that their sudden appearance in conjunction with this renewed interest in their predecessors may lead to growing unrest and fear. If the people of the Crystarium seek the truth, I say we give it to them. I can too attest to the falsehoods found within full many of the Cabinet's tomes, with nary a mention of the noble deeds of Ardbert and his comrades. To be fair, they bear some responsibility for the Flood, but when the tale is told again and again over the course of a century, I am not surprised to see their roles distorted and them painted as villains. Were it not for the record store within the Crystal Tower, I would have had no reason to question the narrative. Unfortunately, that knowledge was of no use, for when I arrived here in the first, their reputation had already been irreparably tarnished. That said, there still remained those who worked tirelessly to defend their good name in those early days following the Flood. Considering all the good they had done, I find it a wonder they needed defending at all. They brought to justice the man who misused my knowledge to bring about the fall of Vobert. That such heroes could be spoken of in the same breath as Sin Eaters is absurd. Under normal circumstances I would agree, but as time passed, those who knew firsthand of their deeds dwindled. In the end, only one truth remained, that they were the cause of the Flood. With the world on the brink of oblivion, it was all too easy for the Warriors of Light to become villains deserving only of resentment and hate. At that point, the truth mattered little. It would not change their lot. Thanks to all of you, however, their lot has changed, and now they may heed the long-forgotten truth. You claimed it was Ardbert who helped you overcome MSL, correct? Correct? Blech. Such a revelation would do well to sway the hearts of those who know him only as a villain. I have shared this with a select few, but one and all must be told of his sacrifice. To that end, I say we proceed with Alphino's plan. We called together the people of the Crystarium and recounted them the true tale of the Warriors of Light and the Flood that followed in their wake. Well, what say you, hero? Spread the word, I say. Wish we had done this sooner. Well, we couldn't really do it sooner, so we're just gonna say spread the word. Then we're all of one mind on that matter. Good. Exarch, might I ask you to continue working with Becklug on our means of returning home? The rest of us will see the gathering the people of the Crystarium in the XIV. We have to reach out to anyone and everyone who might be willing to lend an ear. With any luck, word will spread and more will accompany them. Oh, Jesus, that's a lot of people to chat with. I kind of wish that, Emmett Selk was still around. I kind of miss that rascal. Hero. My, what a wonderful surprise. Though I hope your being here doesn't mean someone's been hurt. Thanks to you, I've had far fewer patients coming through my door of late, which is a shame, come to think of it. I've had fewer opportunities to test my new medicines. Yeah, I jest, of course. It's actually been quite pleasant to have a few moments to myself now and again. The truth about the Warriors of Light, but the Exarch has already spoken with me about them. Well, if there's more to the tale, I'd very much like to hear it. I gotta go up for that one. I cannot see my target, really? Well, maybe if you hadn't made the target so blastedly huge, you wouldn't have to worry about that. Well, well, to what do I owe the pleasure? Whatever it is, I must ask you be brief. With the night return, visitors have been flocking to the Crystarium, and I find myself too busy by half. I don't mind it, though. Seeing the stairs so full of life and excitement, one can almost forget the flood ever happened. The Warriors of Light, yes, the Exarch has mentioned them before, but everyone knows them now as the Cardinal Virtues. Or are you suggesting there's more to it than that? Well, you've yet to steer us wrong, so I'm willing to hear what you have to say. Oh, there was a market board here. Interesting. Jeez, that's a pretty long drop. Come to browse wares in the market, have you? Well, I can guarantee you'll have no trouble finding what you need, whatever it may be. Under Yulmore's new leadership, trade has never been more prosperous. Word is the fellow from Daedalus Stoneworks has taken over as mayor. Did he really? Little wonder business is booming the way it is. I imagine it won't be long before all of Norvrant reaps the benefits, but you've not come to talk about the market. Something on your mind? I see. The Exarch did mention they had something to do with your returning the night to Norvrant. Alright, consider my interest piqued. Two areas to chat with. No, not the Rookery. Oh, I actually have to go down to talk to someone? Oh, it's Catless. Well, well, what a coincidence. I was just reading over a letter I received from Grenalt not long ago. He says a visitor from the Crystarium found him at the bottom of the ocean, and that he inspired him to reach new artistic heights. Well, I can only think of one person capable of both feats, though I'd say the latter is far more impressive. To think fate could bring the two of you together in such a place. I'm sorry, you mean the Exarch didn't tell us the whole story of the Warriors of Light? Well, whatever he's left unsaid, I'm all ears. Oh, what am I doing? Alright, we'll just go here. Time to go to the Cabinet of Curiosity. Morin will be the last one to talk to, I believe. Yep. No, this can't be. Surely there is at least one book here that does not cast the Warriors of Light and their deeds in such a negative light. Oh, hero, forgive me. The Cabinet of Curiosity has been bustling with visitors of late, but I fear our repository lacks for the knowledge they seek. The people wish to know the truth of the flood of the Warriors of Light. I have searched high and low, but alas, every account portrays them as no better than sin-eaters, abominations worthy only of scorn and resentment. I know that they were not always judged so harshly, yet I can find no proof, and I dare call myself I dare call myself a librarian. You got your information coming soon. You would address the people and tell them of the truth of the Warriors of Light, of the Flood. How wonderful! You have regaled me with the tale once before, but I should love to hear it again. Oh, and you may be assured I will not come alone. Good. Let me just break my ankles as I leave. There you are. Between the four of us, I dare say we've swept the Crystarium from top to bottom. Now we need but wait for the people to gather. It's bustling.
Yes, this looks to be nearly everyone. Let us begin, shall we? Though I am usually the first to hold forth at such events, I think on this occasion that honor should fall to you.
They would be more inclined to take the word of the Warrior of Darkness.
Indeed. In light of the subject matter, who better than thee to speak these truths?
The Exarch. Considering he's been a leader for hundreds of years.
Wicked White. The Warriors of Light did all that?
So they never... I mean, they only ever wanted to help. And when everything they'd done turned to ash, they still carried on.
They gave everything to stop the flood. First their lives, then their souls. And they managed it too, in the end. They saved us. And we cursed their names.
This should go a long way towards clearing the air.
Oh boy, I see him now.
Impossible.
You can see him too? I take it I'm not imagining this then. You can see him too.
I definitely see something. You don't think it's a ghost, do you?
Nay. Yonder standeth no bloodless apparition, but a warrior of light and darkness both. Ardbert.
What in the world?
It's you! The one who slew the Eater!
That it should be the warrior of darkness who brought the truth to light. You've saved me a fair bit of time. Though I have a few words of my own to say, if I may.
People of the Crystarium! I am Ardbert. One of those you know as a warrior of light.
That's impossible. You should be dead.
Aye, that I should. But as the world has been given new life, so too have I. I know not why I, and I alone, have been gifted this chance. But I do know this. Only by the will of the star itself could such a miracle come to pass.
I don't trust this.
The hero who stands before you now, the warrior of darkness, is not of this world. And the day will come when he must return to his home.
That's true.
But this land is our home. And if it is to remain so, now and forevermore, it is we who must protect it. The time to rely on saviors from afar has passed. It is you who must rise. You who must become the new warriors of light.
What? Us? Warriors of light?
None of us were born heroes, my friend. I was only ever a man with a thirst for adventure. But wherever my journeys took me, I was invariably confronted with the same choice. To lend what aid I could to those in need, or not. And I always chose the former. Any one of you could do the same. All you need is the will to help your fellow man, and the resolve to see it through.
From thine own lips did we learn of Ardbert's fate, and by thy countenance I gather thou art not inclined to recant thy testimony. Yet whosoever this man may be, his words hold truth and resonate with the citizenry besides. For us to voice our doubts here and now would serve but to sow disquiet. 'Twere better we retired unto the ocular and there discuss this matter in private.
Go. I will stay here and watch.
This is where the story gets a little thickened like a fine stew.
So, that is a warrior of light of the First. I've not had the pleasure of making his acquaintance, but as you all seem to be in agreement, I gather this is no simple case of mistaken identity.
As far as I was able to discern, that was indeed Ardbert. It has been a long time, but not that long. Could he truly have been resurrected as he claims?
No, absolutely not. It looks like him and sounds like him, but it isn't him. Yep.
Ardbert did entrust his very soul unto thee. I see no reason to question thy judgment.
Nor I. To my eyes, your ether burns as brightly as the day you slew Emmett Selk. That is proof that he is with you still.
Yet that which standeth now before the people is far more than a passing imitation. I am reminded of the cardinal virtues, though a sin eater he is not.
There was no cardinal virtue of Ardbert anyways.
Which leaveth but one plausible explanation.
Ascian.
That he is an Ascian.
Given their fondness for posthumous possession, I would have to agree.
Thank God they didn't kill Thancred before they took over him.
From what I understand, the Warriors of Light were laid to rest in Yulmore by those whom they had aided in life. At the time, some few still remembered them as heroes. Needless to say, 4 of them were subsequently exhumed to serve as the virtues. And if one knew where to look, Ardbert too would not have been difficult to find.
Assuming then that this is indeed the work of an Ascian, my mind inevitably turns to the last remaining paragon to survive the Sundering.
Elidibus. That Xenos hath reclaimed his own flesh is known. Thus evicted from his borrowed form, and cognizant no doubt of Emmett Selk's failure here in the First, 'tis quite possible the emissary chose Ardbert for his next vessel.
Inhabiting the flesh of the fallen? My, that is unsavory. And they do this often, you say?
Verily, for they possess no corporeal forms of their own. In what one may term their natural state, none save those gifted with the echo can perceive them. Indeed, when Elidibus intruded upon the waking sands, his presence did go unmarked by all save Minfilia and the Warrior of Light. On that occasion I myself remained ignorant of his coming until after his departure. It was only at a later juncture, when he deigned to appear before me in borrowed flesh, that I was finally able to take the measure of him. In such puppetry do the Ascians engage when they seek to influence the course of history.
And they have gained much by it. Emmett Selk single-handedly built the Garlean Empire in this manner, while the Hebrea came close to conquering Eorzea, having taken possession of Thancred's living body.
Yet it must needs be noted that the Ascians cannot avail themselves of all mortal vessels. For were they able to do so, none would serve as a better pawn than our own redoubtable champion. Mayhap the blessing of light shieldeth Hydaelyn's chosen from Ascian influence. Or mayhap other forces are at work. We cannot say for certain.
Whatever the reason, I hope it holds true. I dare not contemplate what might come to pass otherwise.
Is it not peculiar, then, that Ardbert's mortal remains should be susceptible, given that he was once a warrior of light? Or did the final departure of his soul make it possible, perhaps?
That's what I'm thinking.
Regardless, to hear an Ascian use him to call forth new warriors of light boggles the mind.
Elidibus hath ever been an enigma, his ostensible purpose being to preserve the balance between light and dark. When he made overtures towards me, however, I was afforded a glimpse behind the mask of the self-appointed emissary. I shall not defend mine actions, undertaken in pursuit of a better understanding of our foe, as either wise or prudent. Nevertheless, what little I did glean may now prove useful. Elidibus possesseth a subtle mind, practiced in the art of manipulation. That he coaxed this star's most valiant heroes as far as the source with naught save half-truths is no trifling feat. And now I believe he doth employ his skills once more to some as yet unknown end. Though naught is certain, should my suspicions prove true, we shall have need of all our wits if we are to uncover and thereafter thwart his plot.
Agreed. 'Tis plain that simply speaking out against him will not avail us. At best, it would only serve to confuse the people. And I would hesitate to do anything which might tarnish Ardbert's reputation once more, nor yours by association. That being the case, it may be wise to keep a covert eye on this Ardbert's movements, as we attempt to discern his purpose and how best to mitigate his influence.
His performance appears to have concluded. What now? Go back out and follow him?
'Twould appear Master Alphino already hath pursuit in mind, and I suspect one pair of eyes shall better serve our cause than half a dozen. Let the rest of us maintain an inconspicuous distance, for the present at least.
I thought we were going to do a meanwhile. We'll take that reward. A sleep disturbed. You did well to dispel the falsehoods surrounding the Warriors of Light and their actions prior to the Flood, though I must say the reappearance of Ardbert, or rather one who appropriated his identity, was a rather curious development. He is an impostor, of that there is no doubt, but to the masses he will appear as a hero returned from the grave. After the Warriors of Light were laid to rest in Yulemoor, the people prayed fervently for the gods to deliver them from their plight, prayed that these fallen heroes be reborn again for their sacrifices. What bitter irony. I, for one, would like to know why Ardbert urged the people to become Warriors of Light themselves. Ere we take action, we must needs ascertain his intent. Let us pray that Master Alphino return as soon with that most essential knowledge. For now, I think it best to apprise Thancred and Reen of our efforts. Then, when we do confront Ardbert, we shall no doubt have need of their strength. Agreed. I think it prudent we will all take measures to prepare for what's to come. Becklug and I will continue our research into how we might improve the spirit vessel, that it might one day carry you home. And I think I will return to the Greatwood. I think it's time I return to the Greatwood. Until now, everything we have learned of the Ashians has been handed to us at their leisure. But that was one of Emmett Selk's unique failings. I have no reason to think Elidibus will be as forthcoming. Fortunately, I recently received word from Fano that the heretofore unexplored chambers have been discovered deep within the Kitana Ravel. Almet believes the relics within tell of a great calamity that befell an ancient civilization, that of the Ascians, perhaps. They may lead us to the truths we seek. Would you care for company? Be sure to let me know how that works out. Would you care for company? I wouldn't dream of going without you. When you are ready, make for Fano. Alma and her sisters will be expecting us. And let us be about our tasks. Pray give my regards to the V's. I'm actually severely thinking that I might just go and purchase Y'shtola's attire for my main character, not for this character, because he's going to look very weird in a dress. My little cat girl might be able to use it better. My only gripe with a lot of the stuff is it's not account-wide, it's for a single character only. So if you delete the character, you lose the item. It's one of my only gripes. There are a few account-wide items, like a few of the mounts are account-wide. But like, a lot of it should just be like account-wide, just so you don't accidentally delete something. But you know, that's just me. Welcome, allies of Ronka. We have accomplished much since last you came. With the Light Warden dead and its minions dispersed, we have at last reclaimed our hunting grounds near Aktika Falls. It was there that we discovered more ruins. Although we ran afoul of no traps while exploring its halls, we determined that the innermost chambers were warded by magic. We all were in agreement. Before any investigation could proceed, you should be summoned. We are grateful that you did. From what you have told me, I strongly suspect that the wisdom my comrade that I seek can be found within. This wisdom could prove invaluable, for we may soon face a foe whose greatest asset is our ignorance. I see. Then it is good that you have come, for Ronka was once home to the greatest of weapons, knowledge and understanding. And it is our duty to ensure you and yours do not want for either. That said, we must proceed with caution. To have reached the inner chambers unmolested suggests a more formidable deterrent yet lies within. Come now, surely any threat sleeping within the ruins pale in comparison to those we have faced thus far. This is not a game, sister. You should not be so eager to run headlong into danger. Oh, and who was it pining for the return of our allies that we might venture into the ruins, clutching her staff at night, wishing it were... You promised not to tell. Then I suggest we be going. Get back here. Remind me, exactly how old are you and your sisters? On second thought, perhaps it's for the better, I do not know. Pray forgive their overzealous nature. None save we three have been privileged to escort you and yours into the ruins and bear witness to its secrets. Their hearts now burn with a curiosity that is not easily satiated. Please, you needn't apologize. As a seeker of knowledge myself, I understand full well their enthusiasm, and if not for your sedulous efforts to protect the ruins, we would not be afforded this opportunity. Speaking of which, I believe I have kept you away from the ruins long enough. Come, let us make for the Katana Ravel. I'm glad I don't have to run this a second time just to get back to the ruins. I'd say probably the only two things I wouldn't use out of the entire set that she has would probably be the gloves and the pants. I'd probably use all the rest of it, including the hairstyle. Maybe not, well, actually maybe not the hairstyle. I try not to copy the hairstyle of the NPCs. I actually forgot what hairstyle I'm using right now. What hairstyle am I using? Oh, I remember now. She has the braid on the side of her face. Oh, this is a duty, though. This is a solo duty. It is most strange for these halls to be left unguarded. Have care when breaking the seal on the chamber door. Danger surely awaits us on the other side. It is recommended that you set aside sufficient time to view these scenes in their entirety. Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna get shaved 3 levels, it looks like. This is where we killed the, Light Warden. I think it was Eros.
Come. Our new discoveries are to be found this way.
The people of Ronka are known to have venerated animals, but these features do not match those of any indigenous species. This is no common beast.
Looks like a Light Warden almost.
Though that much is plain from its proportions.
Lifelike, is it not? One could almost imagine it breathed.
This owl, by contrast, seems no different from the others we've seen.
The sealed door lies ahead.
Something tells me we have to fight that statue. That owl's probably going to be the key to it. We pick the owl up, that statue comes to life. We need the owl to open the door. It's usually how it goes. Yep.
As you see, one statue is missing. I expect we are meant to replace it as before.
Too simple. There will be some additional defense mechanism.
The statue.
Just a moment. There are words carved into the stone. He who would disturb a hero's deserved slumber shall instead waken the beast and know his folly.
Mm-hmm.
Wait! Don't!
Too late.
What? But I only... What is happening?
Hey, look who's alive.
Oh no, no. Oh no. Oh no. It lives!
Why am I not surprised? Prepare yourselves.
And I'm the only tank. Well, snap. I don't remember this ordeal. Oh, they got turned into cards. What do I gotta do? These riddles 3, huh? Deft of paw with kin do I vie, though sought apart, betterment of the whole do our efforts descry. What am I? Oop. I had 2 out of 3. Oh shit. In Fearsome Fang, I travel with Pack. Together we find harmony, and thus for peace our land does not lack. What am I? It's gotta be a wolf. To you a soul returns. Okay. I got a healer. Gotta be the serpent. I love how the troublemaker was the first to disappear. I love how you can't just look at them. Nope. The memory game. Gotcha. Oh. Here we go. Time to eat some crits. Well, that's not good. I didn't mean to break that first one. That first riddle. Good thing the owl didn't break when it got dropped.
Twould seem the magics have returned us. How polite. Now, what have we learned?
We were bound to run into a living statue eventually. And now we can open the door.
He who would disturb a hero's deserved slumber.
Is this a tomb, then? Burial chamber?
A tomb, just as I thought. Befitting a hero.
She is Vis. Could it be the Archmage Tiuna? A legendary hero of Ronka, as you surmised. The tales tell of how she smote entire armies with a single incantation, so potent was her spellcraft. Though she ever fought in the name of peace.
I thought them no more than tales. To think she really existed.
Well, I for one always believed.
I wonder. By the light of fallen stars, great power awakens.
Tiuna was not only a master of spellcraft. It is said she could see truths long lost and hear the voices of men's hearts.
The echo.
Naught less than the echo. In which case, none of this is mere coincidence. A shower of stars setting the sky aflame. And in both this world and the Source, we find individuals within whom a mysterious power awakened at the sight. We can never unpick the why of it. Now, however, I believe we might. Does the scene depicted here not resemble the one we saw when we first ventured into the Katana Ravel? Moreover, does it not recall that which Emmett Selk invited us to witness in Amarot? The final days. If, as the Exarch's research suggests, soul and mind share a fragile yet profound bond, might it not be possible for an event to leave such a deep imprint upon the soul that it could be perceived eons later, given a suitable trigger? The echo defies explanation by conventional etherological theory, or shall we say modern etherological theory. But if it is a power that once belonged to the ancients, to souls yet undivided, it would seem I have entered the realm of pure speculation, and I call myself a scholar.
Someone got lost in thought.
I shall refrain from making any further wild claims until such time as I have evidence. Still, I cannot choose but be reminded of our experience in Amarot.
And you must recall Emmett Selk's dying request, or I will soon not forget it. Emmett Selk's request.
Remember us.
History is learned, not lived. We have always protected the tales of Ronka, just as we have protected this place. But we are mindful of what our mothers taught us. We see the past through our own eyes, and speak of it with our own words. Thus do we come to understand it in our own way. But this is not the same as remembering.
Your mothers were wise. Though we witnessed the final days, our impressions cannot fail to be colored by our own experiences and expectations. Those who lived through it would have perceived the event quite differently. We must bear in mind that it is no simple matter to keep the truth alive, or it will die with Emmett Selk and his kin. But we have disturbed Tuna long enough. Fanau will serve similarly well as a venue for our contemplations.
And thus did that end up being a dead end. By your pensive expression, I take it the tomb has given you much to think about. That is well. In time, the knowledge you have gleaned will lead to understanding and thus arm you for what is to come. Before you leave, however, I would speak again of the teachings of our forebears, of histories learned, not lived. The legend of Tiuna and her exploits has been told countless times over the centuries, yet as it is handed from one generation to the next, the story changes. With each telling of the tale, there are new flourishes. Details changed or lost. We can never truly know how she lived, for we were not there to see it. But we are here now to bear witness to your life. We have seen the change you have wrought, the echoes that will endure long after you are gone, and thought it too will change in time. I swear it to you, we shall do our best to preserve your story. I hope you'll forgive me if I don't make an oath of my own, but I think it goes without saying we could never misspeak of your heroism. Perish the thought. So long as we are here, there are none among the V's who will not know of all you have done for Norvrand. We are not deserving of such reverence, but we are grateful all the same. You can be certain we will have our own tales to tell of the great guardians of Raktika and the ruins of Ronka. I pray you safe travels, then. As ever, we shall await your return with open arms.